so I can easily take minutes later. So, first part of the agenda is welcome introduction, roll call. Just make sure there's no echo here. Okay, so welcome, and let's do roll call and then introductions to if we miss anyone after the roll call. So I'm going to go through my list, and a few of these people have left their positions, but I'm just going to say their name for the record. So I'm working on getting those positions filled, but just to let you know. So I'll start off at the beginning and just let me know if you're here. Shelly Entrikin.
Here.
Okay. Barb Long. Did not see her. Doug Manick. Audra Miles.
Here.
Mark Rudolph. Pamela Usher.
I'm here, ma'am.
There we go. Got it. Thank you. Diana Brandstetter. She's actually not in her position anymore. Debbie Dakin.
Here.
All right. Thank you. Mary Patton told me she was absent today. Andrew Dwyer.
Present.
Thank you. Tracy Dowell. Don't see her on the list. J. Thomas Howes. Nope. Brandon Hovey. Mary Jo Holford has retired. Tyler Rogers. Lee Linwood is also not in his position anymore. Moving along, we've got Don Harper. See that you're here.
Here.
There we go. Adam Duvall. See that you're here. There we go. Angel Marinich. I see her name. I'm going to put you down as present.
I'm here.
There we go. Renee Razzo told me she could not make it. Chris Mitchell. Nope. Don Rulis. And Greg Cassidy.
I'm here.
All right, let me see. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, we're just shy of a quorum. But
I am here, Chris Mitchell.
thank you, Chris.
You got my name down too, right? Connie Sheely.
Yes. So those are all the people who I named just now are all the people officially on the committee. So if I did not call your name, please go ahead and say, I have you down, Connie.
This is Tracy Dowell, and I'm here.
Okay. Oh, excellent. We do have a quorum. Let me mark him down. Oh, wonderful. And I think a couple people who I did not say their name. I know that Dave Patton is here. He doesn't have a microphone, so I've got Dave. I see Al Curry. Would you like to say hello?
Hi, I'm here for Thomas House.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Janine McAllister's on too with Advocates.
Michael Bruner from Tri-County Regional Planning Commission is also here.
All right. Okay. I see Doug Rolfe's name, so I'm going to assume he's here.
Yep. I'm not sure if I'm back on the board now since Angel ran away again. So.
Come back in 3. Thanks.
All right. I believe. Well, let's see. I see Amber Kessler. You here? Would you like to say hello? Maybe not.
No, I'm sorry. This is Janine, and she shows up on it. She's not on the meeting. My bad.
No problem. Just want to make sure. Okay.
Rima, it looked like a new caller joined us just a second ago.
Is there somebody new on? Maybe that was.
Hello.
Oh, go ahead.
I just joined the call. Daryl Russell.
Sorry, who was that?
Daryl Russell.
Daryl Russell. Got it. Okay, thank you everyone for your patience. We are finished with agenda part number one. So number 2 is public comment. Does anyone have any public comment today? Going once. And going twice. Okay, no public comment. So now we have 2 sets of minutes to approve. Since this is a virtual meeting and we're going by the Open Meetings Act, I will have to do a roll call for a vote. So it's going to be a little bit clunky, so bear with me just a hair. So I'll go ahead. For number 3, can I get a motion to approve the August 4, 2020 minutes?
So moved.
Thank you. Who was that, Greg?
I second, Debbie.
And Debbie. Okay, got it. 1 second now. Okay. All right. Does anyone have any comments about the meeting minutes? Okay, seeing none, let's vote to approve. So I'm just going to go down the list and you can say aye or nay. Shelley Entrique.
Aye.
Audra Miles.
Aye.
There's a little bit of an echo here. Pam Usher.
Aye.
Thank you. Debbie Dakin.
Yes, aye.
Thank you. Andy Dwyer.
Aye.
Tracy Dowell.
Aye.
Thank you. Don Harper.
Aye.
Adam Duvall.
Aye.
And Angel Marinich. Okay. And Chris Mitchell.
Here.
Okay. And then Greg Cassidy.
Aye.
Thank you. Just one more time to do this, and that's the next one. So number 4, we've got August 4 minutes have passed. Thank you for doing that. Or sorry, that was 3. Now we're on to number 4, which is the approval of October 13 minutes. And can I get a motion to approve the October 13 minutes, please?
All motion.
So moved.
Who was that second?
Chris Mitchell.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. All right. Do we have any comments about the October 13 minutes? All right. Moving on. Just one more vote today. So I'm going to go down the list just one more time. So Shelley Entrican.
Aye.
Thank you. Audra Miles.
Aye.
Thanks. Pam Usher.
Aye.
Debbie Dakin.
Aye.
Andy Dwyer. I'll take that as a yes. Tracy Dowell.
Aye.
Thank you. Don Harper.
Aye.
Adam Duvall.
Aye.
Angel Marinich.
Aye.
Chris Mitchell.
Aye.
And Greg Cassidy.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone. All right, so that means we have approve the October 13 minutes. All right, now on to agenda number 5. That is provider and agency updates. I'm going to go down my list one more time and let me know if you have any updates for your agency. So we'll start with Shelley, if you could go ahead. Anything you have?
I don't have anything.
Okay. All right, so next on to Audra Miles. Do you have anything to comment about?
No.
Okay. Speeding along. Pam Usher, do you have any updates you want to share with the group? Just what's happened recently in your agency?
No, ma'am, not right now.
Okay.
Still working on some things.
All right. Oh, I should say that Pam Usher is our newest member. This is the first time she is officially at the HSTP meeting as a member, so welcome. All right, so next on my list, I have Debbie Dakin. Any updates from you, Debbie?
We're working on replacing our PCOM and so that we can move forward on our contract.
All right, yep. That is Diana Brandstatter. We're working to get a new member as well. I'm going to just mute some people just for the background noise. Moving along, we just did Debbie. Andy Dwyer, do you have anything to comment about?
Just a couple of things, real briefly. We did transition our contracts for paratransit and rural transit effective December 1st. And with us today, it sounds like we have Angel Marinich, our general manager, and Daryl Russell, known as Deacon, as our assistant general manager. So they're with TransDev, and they'll be providing the City Lift and County Link services. So just a welcome to them, to this committee. And then in addition, we as a group have been working very hard on a new software implementation, and that is slated to take place on December 15th, and that'll be EcoLane with our paratransit and rural transit software. A couple new features coming about down the line. An app is the coolest one that comes to mind. And then as far as everything else goes on the other side of the district, I think Doug's with us, so I would just defer to him.
All right. Doug, do you want to say anything now, or we can wait until it's a little bit late? I'll give it to you, Doug.
Are you talking to me, Debbie Dakin?
Sorry, Doug Rolfs. Since
okay.
You just mentioned him. Do you have anything to add?
Just a few things on the fixed route side. We're in the middle of, we're towards the end of putting on our GPS on all our buses, so we'll have real-time tracking. Hopefully in the next few weeks, we'll get that implemented. We are putting in driver barriers for the security for our drivers. Once those are in place, we will start collecting fares and the full bus will be back open again. They started that this week. They plan to have that done in 2 weeks. We plan on collecting fares January 4th and also opening the transit center back up. So we should be back to more realistic service at that time. Still moving forward with our new maintenance facility administrative building. That's a $30 million project. We've got the $30 million secured. So now it's just a matter of putting everything in place and getting it built. So those are the highlights that I can think of right now. They had a successful Stuff-A-Bus last week, raised $17,000 for neighborhood house or friendship house on that project. We didn't get to actually stuff the bus with food this time, but it was the best alternative given the conditions. So there you go.
All right. Good, thank you. Okay, so next one on my list is Tracy Dowell with MSW Projects. Do you have anything, Tracy?
No, not really. I mean, we're just starting to notice while our ridership had kind of picked up a couple months ago. It's starting to decrease again. So just kind of floating along with everything.
All right. Okay, so the next one down here, I have Dawn Harper with Epic. Do you have anything, Dawn?
Not really. We're just currently, for precautionary reasons, we're not really accepting a lot of individuals in our building. We're going to look at the numbers probably next week to see if IDPH will allow us to bring in any more individuals, but we took it upon ourselves just for precautionary, to keep most of our individuals home. Right now, we're just going through our 6-month inspections, but other than that, nothing really is happening.
Okay. All right, thank you. How about Adam Duvall or Janine for Advocates for Access?
Advocates has actually partnered with CityLink about snow removal and being considerate of your neighbors this winter. So some of those you may have been seen on social media, and also I think that's all we have on my end. Janine, if you have anything to add.
No, I think you covered it. Pointing that out.
Okay. All right, well, thank you, Adam and Janine. Next, I have Angel. Do you have anything to add, Angel, regarding, I guess, your new position?
Thank you. So yes, I left CityLink about 2 months ago to go work for TransDev, back to Paratransit and CityLift and County Link. We started service on December 1st. So far, so great. Everything, the buses rolled out right on time. Some of the things that some people may notice, the uniforms look different, but the service is obviously the same. As Andy said, we are in the process of implementing EcoLane. Just started that process this week. Looking forward to starting that on Tuesday. A lot of training going on. Still a lot of things to finish in our facility. But as far as this committee is concerned, everything is running smoothly. And that's pretty much it. We're just excited to be here. And I'm excited to work for TransDev and bring CityLift back to where it belongs.
Thank you. That sounds good. Okay, keep going down the list. I have Chris Mitchell. Do you have any updates to share, Chris?
I used CityLift 3 times last week. They were all on time. One driver went out of her way to make sure I got into the drop-off point because it was locked when I got there, and I really appreciate that. That was Friday morning. So yeah, it's going fine. Thanks.
Excellent. Good to hear. All right, I've got Greg Cassidy on my list next. Anything, Greg?
No, nothing right now. Like Epic, we are closed down to most outside folks at this point. So just trying to weather it like everybody is.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. All right, so those are all the official members, but we have other people on the call. Would anyone else care to share just updates regarding transit, regarding their organization? I'll open it up to anybody else.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, this is Connie Sheely. I just have a question. With the CityLift and County Link merge, will I be able to transport from Peoria to South Pekin?
No, they still have not allowed that to happen. So Pekin trips need to stay within Pekin and, of course, across the river. So there's no interconnections.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay, so I'm then in that case going to move on to my coordinator's report. So in terms of the committee members, as I mentioned earlier, we did We were able to get Pam Usher on at Galesburg. So she's the newest member. There are a few people on here that have either left their positions or have retired. So I'm working with their respective county boards to get a new person. And in some cases, there is no new person appointed yet. So that's why sometimes it just takes a little bit of time. And another note. So we do have the capacity of having a shared seat. I just want to remind some people who maybe haven't been here that long. If either you are not able to come to meetings regularly or your colleague who's on the committee is unable to come regularly, you can have a shared seat, meaning that either of you can come and vote, not both at the same time. You can both come, but there would only be one vote between you. So that's an option if there's availability issues. So just let me know about that. And there's also a proxy option. So if, again, you're unable to come more frequently, then you can have somebody else sign off, or you can sign off for somebody else to vote in your place if there needs to be a vote. So just a reminder about that option. The next thing I have is for, let's see. So tomorrow I'm meeting with IDOT and Dave and a lot of different higher ups and HSTP coordinators from around the state. We're going to talk about several different things, and I'll go into this within the agenda number 9. But essentially, one of those things I believe will be the 5310 reviews. And if you've been around long enough for your organization to have had a 5310 review, if this applies to you, if you're aware that this applies to you, which it doesn't apply to everybody, then let me know, because we have records then about doing these reviews in the past. I believe it's once every 3 years, but that was before I started. So we have records. We just want to make sure we didn't miss any that we know of. So just either shoot me an email or let me know after the call, just to say that, hey, we've had this in the past, or we should have had it in the past, but something came up, because that might be another thing that is getting revamped. We've got new people at IDOT that are just helping update different processes that have kind of fallen to the wayside, which is good. All right, so the next thing I have is, so you might be aware that Hannah has moved on to a different position. And so we will have somebody replacing her. I mean, I'm still going to be here, but we will be hiring another person at Tri-County, and we are very close to getting there. So we're down to 2 people. I believe an offer has been, I'm not sure if it has been accepted, but for one of those, we're very close to getting a new person, and that new person will start in January. Remains to be seen if they will help with HSTP, maybe. So you might see a new face on our staff. And the final 2 updates I have are the Hannah City Trail I've mentioned in the past. This is it used to be a railroad. So it's a right-of-way, and we are trying to acquire this right-of-way and purchase the land. We have applied to a grant in summer, and we're still waiting to hear. Anyway, so that's kind of a non-update, but I've mentioned that project in the past. So I figure I'd let everybody know if you're following that. That's in Peoria and Fulton counties. And finally, we have the census. So last time I talked about the census, we had been involved for over a year, helping on the grant side and the administrative side of census marketing, and now that is complete. The next dates for you to be aware of, this is what the Census Bureau has told us, so may or may not change, because as we've seen in 2020, a lot of things change. So as we know now, they are trying to crunch the numbers and get all the data to the president by December. That's a little bit loose because that was the original date before the timeline got changed. So potentially by December, and then April 2021, around April 2021 is their target for redistricting. So they will communicate with the states on a statewide level to potentially redistrict based on population changes. So that's an update about that. And I think that's all I have for coordinator report. And actually, I got a message from my colleague Michael here. He told me that our new person did just accept his offer. So we will be getting a new person, which is exciting. Okay, so moving on to number 6, which is the gray area study update, which is also me. I'm going to be talking a lot today. So the gray area study, if you're unaware, is a study that's taking place here, focus on the Tri-County area, so Peoria, Tazewell, and Woodford counties. And essentially, we hired a consultant to look into the areas in our region that have inconsistent or no transit options, and identify the demographics that are in those areas, and just ideas of how to move forward and how to help connect all those dots. So that's ongoing. Last time Hannah gave the update, she mentioned that we had a workshop on October 21st. So there were 2, and those went well. It was just asking for public comment and describing what the study is. And if you're interested, they're on our website. There's some recordings, and that just gives a good, the first, I believe, 10-15 minutes gives a rundown of what the study is. And I will say that this is not unique to the Peoria region. It happens everywhere. We just happen to be studying it now. So you could be, if you're outside of this region, then you could maybe take some ideas if there's funding for that in your area, or if you just are interested. And the next item for that is that if you're on the steering committee, we're going to meet in January. So that is on the horizon. And that will be assessing recommendations and costs and just doing further evaluations about this area. Okay, so does anybody have any questions about that or any of my updates so far or comments?
This is Mike Hutchinson with, and I happened to see in the minutes, I wasn't at the last meeting, wasn't available, but I noticed that it was mentioned that there was no service to Germantown Hills, and that's not correct, because We Care does service Germantown Hills, and with even though it's an urbanized area, we do that with our own privately owned vehicles, and so there is service available to that area.
Okay. All right. Thank you for commenting. Yep, I've got that down here. I'll put it in the minutes as well.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. All right. Okay. In that case, I will move to number 8. We've been trying to approve new bylaws, but with the pandemic, we've had trouble getting a quorum, but we do have a quorum today. So this is actually the last time I will do a roll call vote. So one more time, a little bit of patience, but before I can do that, can I get a motion, please, to approve the new?
I make the motion to approve the bylaws. This is Debbie Dakin.
Okay, thank you, Debbie. And is there a second for that?
I'll second it. Greg Can.
Thank you, Greg. Okay, all right. I will give a little bit of a summary about these. You've heard me say this many times, but so basically we just want to update the bylaws. They were a little bit vague in the past, and we've added language about excused and unexcused absences. This just helps us make sure that we can have quorums more often, just because it's easier to move forward if we can just keep approving the minutes and any voting items. So not any master changes, but just a little more specificity and a little more kind of responsibility efforts. Does anybody have any questions or comments about the bylaws? All right, let's do this. This will be the last roll call vote. So one more time, I'll go down the list. So if you could just say aye or nay, please. We have Shelley Entrican.
Aye.
Audra Miles.
Aye.
Pam Usher.
Aye.
Debbie Dakin.
Aye.
Andy Dwyer.
Aye.
Tracy Dowell.
Aye.
Don Harper.
Aye.
Adam Duvall.
Aye.
Angel Marinich.
Aye.
Chris Mitchell.
Aye.
And Greg Cassidy.
Aye.
All right. The bylaws have passed. Thank you, everyone. And now moving on to number 9, and that is the discussion of HSTP Region 5 Plan Document Update. So if you remember from last time, or if you read the minutes from last time, Hannah commented about this, and she said, basically, well, here, let me start over from the beginning. So we have an HSTP document that we have to have that's federally required. And within this document, it lays out the demographics of the area, it lays out goals and objectives, and there's also a survey about where people typically go that we've done in the past for 5311 providers. So that is from 2016. It's from March 30th, 2016, and it's almost about 5 years late, 5 years old, and it's federally required to updated every 5 years, and that's coming up very soon. So originally I was going to kickstart this process at this meeting, but there has been a little bit of change, which is good in this case. So I mentioned earlier that IDOT is under some new management. They're reorganizing a little bit on their side, and they have requested that we hold off on that update just a little bit longer so we can normalize all the plans. So that there are 11 regions across the state, and they all have their own plans, and they're all done differently because there are different coordinators, and there's just different processes and different different areas that they're dealing with. So also at this meeting I'll be at tomorrow, we will talk about how to structure these plans. So I'm not going to quite start the process yet, but just understand that this document update will be on the horizon. I'd like to hear your comments about what should be included in it, and if you like, there is a way to access it on our website. It is kind of outdated because it's almost 5 years old, and that's why we want a new version, and just goals and objectives that represent where we are now and not where we used to be. And just, there's more information that will come. I'll keep everybody in the loop, and I'll be happy to have your comments even now, but we'll introduce more information to come. So that is
Rima, this is Debbie Dakin. You mentioned Dave at the upper level in IDOT. Who is that? Dave who?
That's Dave Patton, sorry. He is at RTAC, which is the Rural Transit Assistance Center. Is that right, Dave? He doesn't have a mic, but he can correct me if I'm wrong on the chat. I believe that's his full title. So he's working with IDOT. He's working with other members to help, like I said, with all these issues across the whole state. So.
Okay. Thank you.
There we go. Yep, I got There's a chat comment from Dave, and he says that's right. So there we go. All right. Yeah. Does anybody have other questions or comments about the plan document? Okay. I'm going to take that as a no. And I'll go ahead and move on to agenda item number 10, which is other. I don't have any other, but does anybody else have to share?
Yeah, this is Debbie Dakin again. And I wanted to announce this is the first time I've been able to make one of the Zoom meetings since you guys started back in the spring. A lot has happened, and I am actually in the process of moving. I am talking to you right now from near Dubuque, Iowa. But I still own my property, and as long as I have my home there, that's going to be my legal address, and I will be staying on the Marshall County Board until such time as I no longer own my property there. So that's my announcement.
All right. Thank you, Debbie. We will miss you when you're gone, whenever you're able to make the full move. Okay. Any other for today? All right. Okay, so now we're down at the final agenda item. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I will.
Let's see, I got Greg, and who else said something?
I'll adjourn. Dawn.
Okay. All right. We're done. Thank you, everybody, for coming and for your patience working through all those
Thank you.
calls. Bye.
Thank you, Rima.
Be well, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good seasonal experiences to everyone too.
Yes, happy holidays.
Yes.